Morning, several Democratic lawmakers are calling for President Trump to be removed from office. Now, we're talking about the 25th Amendment here. Some Republicans are now distancing themselves from the president as a result of this violence.
Lawmakers are talking about invoking that amendment, which would potentially remove President Donald Trump from office. CBS 4's Eric Pointer is joining us live in the newsroom right now to explain exactly what that amendment entails and also why people want to use now. Eric?
So it outlines the constitutional process for removing the president from office, something some are suggesting should be done after yesterday's events. We see video of those riots at the Capitol, and in the 25th Amendment, the vice president and the majority of the president's executive officers or another body designated by Congress can take steps to declare the president unable to serve. After yesterday's events, we've seen members of Congress calling for an end to the debate on the election results, even before the votes were officially certified this morning.
For any who remain insistent on an audit in order to satisfy the many people who believe that the election was stolen, I'd offer this perspective. No congressional audit is ever going to convince these voters, particularly when the president will continue to say that the election was stolen. The best way we can show respect for the voters who are upset is by telling them the truth.
We've also seen calls for President Trump's removal. Republican Governor of Vermont, Phil Scott, tweeted, "The fabric of our democracy and the principles of our republic are under attack by the president. Enough is enough. President Trump should resign or be removed from office by his cabinet or the Congress." The first three sections of the amendment have been used in cases before, when Nixon's vice president resigned and when Nixon himself resigned. It also allowed Reagan to temporarily succeed power when he underwent surgery, and again when George W. Bush was under anesthesia. But the fourth section, to remove a president when others believe he is, quote, unable to discharge the powers of and duties of his office, end quote, has never been used. We've also seen more calls for President Trump's removal, including from the National Association of Manufacturers. I have more on that coming up in the next hour of news.